Taurus, someone here needs to regain their composure as all these different secrets and revelations are being revealed to you. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to help a Taurus within our collective regain their composure and see if we can put some type of anxiety at ease. Okay. This is very major because you are in a period in your life, or you're in a phase, a period or something like that in your life where you need to work well with other people. You need to connect in some type of way. And so this is bigger than a romantic connection. This is about collaboration. This is about unity, community, being able to connect to those around you. And we're not just talking about the current environment that you're in, but connect in general. Yeah. Now, if Spirit is saying that you need to be able to connect, then that would mean that you have a great purpose, service. You are someone that is very important, and you need this message. I feel it very strongly. You need to be able to see beyond the veil. You need to be able to see and utilize your intuitive gifts and go deeper in a way that allows you to see everything behind the curtain. And it may be a lot that you have to bear witness to, and that you got to be prepared for. That's the best way I could say it. The veil, you got to be prepared for it. Now, there may be touchy things. Okay, there may be a lot of different things that I could be scary, creepy, shake up your whole foundation. So I don't know. But TT is here, and we are going to do it together, Taurus. I'm going to channel messages like always. Welcome back to our secret love nest here on the internet. There will be a membership message attached to this reading, but we haven't gotten there yet. Where do we go when it all falls down? So we're gonna look at the current energy first. Ooh, we have the Devil and the Four of Swords. Now, y'all know I always say on this channel, I love when I see the Devil, because this is a spiritual confirmation for me that this is major. Now, I'm going to move the Devil out the way because it is a little graphic, but this is a spiritual confirmation for me that this is like one last final thing that you have to do for the Devil to release you, turn you loose. Okay. One final test, one final countdown, whatever. This is big. Nine of Wands, because if you go through all of this spiritual work, Taurus, and it leaves you guarded, defensive, cold-hearted, unable to trust another soul, it's pointless, right? All that spiritual work you did on yourself is pointless, because that would mean that you didn't grasp the point of it all. And you need to be able to grasp the point of it all without it holding you, keeping you in a chokehold and stealing more years of your life away from you. So Yeah. Leaving you like paralyzed. I think I channeled a message like this last year. So a lot of you guys that resonate with this, you may be new subscribers, so welcome. But they showed me, I'm just going to give you a brief rundown because I had a vision that I got last year or a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Anyway, I digress. So pretty much, if you take I think it's a chicken or a rooster, and you put them face down and you draw a line, like you put their face down to the ground and you draw a line in front of them, it's said that even if you let go of the chicken will be pretty much like paralyzed, being stuck in that line, like watching the line. Like once the rooster looks at the line or whatever, it'll pretty much be paralyzed. I don't know, look it up, but that's the vision that I had. And so whatever line this is that has been drawn, it has you paralyzed. Like, I cannot stop watching this line. I have to keep guard. I have to make sure this line isn't crossed. And ain't no telling how long you've been paralyzed looking at this line. So let's see. I'm hearing you had no idea. You had no idea. You're good at predicting everything, but you weren't able to predict this. Something about, there's a situation, a matter, something that you invested in, you weren't able to predict it. You thought you dotted your I's and crossed your T's, and something still fell through. Something still didn't work out. You still lost in a situation. You still lost a person, place, or thing. So like now you see the same line and watching, making sure that someone doesn't cross a line. Still making sure that someone or something like this never happens to you again. So you're hyper attuned to the negativity in the room. And when you're hyper attuned to negativity in the room, this is guaranteeing that you manifest more negativity into your life. When you hyper attune to the things that you don't want, out of fear that it will happen again, you guarantee that it happens again. You're telling the universe, I need this to happen to me again because I didn't make the right choice the first time and I don't want. You hear the don'ts, the can'ts, the I don't, all those different things is saying that there's something embedded. And we talked about the veil. This is the vision that Spirit gave me, the veil. You need to be prepared to see what's behind this veil. Because the truth is multiduplicated. This is also making me feel like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm seeing Malice and Pusha T. So I think there's like a album that's coming out. So this is also giving me like activation. And one of the things that I got as well with this activation, like, so many have been activated and now it's time to no, the activation already happened. You already portal jumped. What's about to happen now? Is it a portal jump? I can't determine if it's a portal jump, a new reality. It's like, pack light. You have to pack light or you won't be able to get on this plane. It's a spiritual plane of frequency. There's no passengers on this plane to take you to another level. No passengers on my plane. So you have to be the person driving this plane. You can't save anyone from themselves. You can't take anyone with you. But you can stand up and do what must be done so that others that come after you kind of will know the way. All right, so the 3 here is giving me resurrection. Okay, this is about resurrection, reincarnation, and the process of why you resurrect and why you resurrect and reincarnate. You feel like you don't know the truth. There's details missing. And you don't know what to believe. Something about not knowing what to believe or who to trust. Okay, so when the devil comes in and gets on your ass, this is pretty much saying, the devil is pretty much saying, stop. Hello. It's either you want to reincarnate and keep reincarnating to learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn, that you came here to learn with the same people, or you can decide. This is an opportunity to decide if you're going to be a shepherd or if you're going to be a sheep. That's what I'm seeing here. And the truth is, you've already been a sheep multiple lifetimes. And this is an opportunity to become an alpha. Where you're no longer reaping the same karma. Waiting for the clock to wind down and reaping the same karma. You're being given a golden opportunity that not many people get. And it's an opportunity to become a channel. To become with the high priestess. This isn't about influence, fame, success, spotlight. This is about filling the shoes that nobody want to walk in. And this is that paralyzed position of being stuck in between. I think I know what the right thing to do is. I think I know the truth. And maybe if I just wait and see how it all plays out, then I'll make a decision. It's just procrastinating to the very last minute because of your calculations and not wanting to lose or waste your time with the 7 of Pentacles. Needing to make sure that you have no regrets. And so it's like the devil energy is coming through saying, okay, you're pushing it, push a T. You're pushing it to the limit. This isn't about choosing a side. This is about understanding duality, and both are equal. This idea that one needed to conquer the other was designed to keep people reincarnating or something like that, to turn people into sheep or to keep them as an energy supply. So it's like you've done all this work on yourself. I'm hearing 1s and 0s. So something about 10:10. John 10:10. A lot of people like to say John 10:10 is about the devil. And it's interesting that the devil came out. But it's about do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You know what this also makes me look like? Makes me think of? I don't know if y'all saw How to Train Your Dragon. Toothless from the dragon makes me think of that energy as well. I don't know, you could have watched How to Train Your Dragon. But anyway, I digress. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Now, when the wand is facing down, this is also indicative of the magician, your I am presence. And this speaks about initiative. And initiative is like the order of things. And this is RIP and resting. And when you go to sleep and when you rest, which talks about dreams, right? Your ability to connect to your dreams, manifest with your I am presence into this reality. Use your intentions for what you want, and being aware of that everything is pretty much to receive, you have to lose. And so the process, that the belief that you can avoid the disappointment of loss, the disappointment of all these different experiences, removes you from the natural cycle. And there's a part of the lesson that you don't get because someone paralyzes you, keeping you stuck in the in-between, asking yourself, constantly pondering on what you did or didn't know, and if you did the right thing, keeping you embedded in that area of life or development, guarantees that you keep reincarnating as an energy source. So this is about reconnecting with your why and the purpose. It isn't for anything external. It's for a promise that you made to yourself. All right, this is also making me think of low-key energy. So when you go to sleep, it's equivalent to resting in peace. That's what real death is or something like that. And you see the truth about yourself. Okay? What you've invested in. You confront your own obsessions, the extremes of everything. Because the devil represents the extremes. You wanted something so bad to the point where in the 5D, in the spiritual areas of where it matters most, that accountability has to be taken. Not just what you do here in the 3D, but the accountability of how you interacted with the energy in the 5D. And that superseding everything else. No one wants to take accountability for that. And so the reincarnation process allows other people to pay that debt. But again, not wanting to see the truth guarantees that it's like you energetically write yourself out of your own abundance, your own inheritance, your own birthright. Ignorance is bliss. Not wanting to see the truth is equivalent to ignorance. Being bliss, that's your bliss. Creating a world where consequences are avoided. What you've done, the role you played, and blaming it all on your Father which art in heaven, the devil who did this and creating this protagonist, the antagonist, the protagonist, creating this narrative. This is a narrative of how the story is going to be how the story is being predicted. And so when the devil comes in, this is saying something hasn't been allowing you to sleep, which means raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And it's about telling the truth to yourself. Self-awareness is right thought. Right thought is mastery. Okay. That's when your burdens become light and you stop being lamb, sacrificial lamb. Okay, there is some type of, I'm over here channeling y'all. Damn cards came alive. Death and rebirth process. So there are many people going through a death and rebirth process. And this death and rebirth process is predictable, like the weather. It's predictable. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There's a debt here. I keep hearing that melody. Dun, 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 dun. Sovereignty. No passengers on my plane. Okay. A diva is bigger than, the symbolism of it is bigger than the way that it rings in many ears. Because I saw fallopian tube. Is it fallopian tube? I'm not finna research it. I'm just gonna go with what I'm seeing. So the channel for the birth canal, right? The anatomy. So when a child is being born, that's considered the channel, the portal, right? The reincarnation portal. The infinity symbol is like the two ovaries, okay? All right, there's an alchemy process that's occurring. And so if you, let's just do this little math equation. So if you were hypothetically a diva, you would be like the organ itself. You see what I'm saying? Like the organ itself that processes, that rescinds the egg. You would be pretty much the organ itself. If the organ isn't functioning, nothing can come to the channel. So you're in a functioning organism, and that is the A, right? And I think we are going into generation A. So generation A, the incarnates from generation A are a direct byproduct of some type of choice. Now here's the crazy part. What comes out of that portal is, you know how we thought like you had to DIE in order for your choices to then be paid for. No. So it's like before, it used to be the production of the reincarnation of life was slowed down so much to the point where the life cycle of the person that did the karma, they wouldn't see it in their lifetime, which means the next generation would experience what was done after that lifespan of their forefathers or foremothers, because of the production of life force has been sped up for the demands of society, microwave society. Oh, the manifestation of life choices, you will experience it in your lifetime, which means a product of your investment will incarnate with you. But it's like not knowing. It's like not knowing, like, how did I miss this? How did I not see someone's intentions? How did I not see how I was attaching myself to something? What prevented me from seeing the truth? And so there's something about these questions that are coming up, like, what is it? What is it? How did they lie? How did they lie to me? How did I not see this person was arrogant, reckless, a daredevil? How did I not see the truth? Why was I attracted to this show-off, gaudy energy? It's like someone promised so much to you and they didn't deliver. And then some way, somehow, they convinced me. This is about you trying to figure out, how did someone convince you not to see their big ass ego that was there all along? What did they do to me? And it's like you're trying to figure out what they did to you or what was done to you, like the amnesia of it all. What's the point of it all? Yeah, this is going deep. Esteem. Okay. All right. Prepare to be sick of me. Go ahead. Get out y'all system. Prepare to be sick of me. I love y'all though. Okay. I really do. Let's get into some channel messages. We're gonna bridge. You made some type of promise that no matter what type of creation came from your life choices, that you would invest in you. You know what I'm saying? You would kind of bridge this. What card was that? I don't know. You would bridge it. You know that there's something there. I just don't know. Okay. But Spirit needs you to use your gift, your platform, your ability, your influence, whatever it is you have, and shine that star so brightly, but be versatile. Okay? Don't just stick to the constructs of what's familiar to you, your land, your creed, your color. mix, mingle, collaborate, connect, interact with oneself, right? The creator of all things interacts with itself all day long, does it not? Interacting and talking to, when you talk to God and you pray to God, that is God interacting with itself. You are made in the image of your creator. So interact with yourself, okay? And collaborate, understanding that no matter how ugly, how good, how bad, you are constantly in a state of interacting with all aspects of oneself. Different levels, different planes, X, Y, Z, but there is nothing to fear, because even the most ugliest, vile creature in your eyes, or whatever that may be, you would never associate yourself with. It's like never associating with a part of yourself, because it came from the same source code, the same creator. How can the creator create something like that? We don't know. We don't know. But when the creator pops out something that looks different, you don't know why it was created. It's a wild card. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles is a wild card. So maybe some of you guys fell in love or got into a partnership with a wild card. This creation is like the spawn of the byproduct of some type of byproduct of reincarnation. Opposition. But to despise it is to despise oneself. And if you don't get that this lifetime, you'll reincarnate in another life cycle. You'll be presented with the same question. And imagine going 7 consecutive life cycles, asking the same question, looking for the same answer, and still never getting it. It may be time to blend. This is about blending the qualities of 2 or more planets. 0 degrees. That's omega energy. So ones and zeros. Ones and zeros. It has a function. It has a program. And does what it's supposed to do. Something about morality. Morals. Morals and values. There's something about morality that has been taken out of the source code or something like that. Oh man, okay. What is this? The Queen of Cups, confirmation. All right, so we have encourages drama, feeds off emotional turmoil. Oh shit. It's Queen of Cups in reverse. Encourages drama, feeds off emotional turmoil. All right, we finna clock it. Someone's gonna say, that's not me. That's not who I am. I don't even get caught up in that. That's too much work. That's too much drama. I just cut you off. I stopped dealing with you before I feed off that lowest vibration. There's something here about something being beneath you. But the truth is, you are very vulnerable right now. And because you're so vulnerable right now, it makes it easy to deceive you. Whatever's going down right now, no matter what dimension you're on, you're vibrating at. It's not that you're not meant to be vulnerable. You're actually, you actually need to be vulnerable. There's something about a period of time there was a period of time when your heart was so wide open to the point where you may have been like, I remember when I was gullible, I remember when I was vulnerable. There's something about your heart being wide open. And I feel like it's supposed to be open right now, because this is a period of time for you to go within and for you to confront any repressed emotions. It's not here's to being honest. Neither of us knew what we wanted. Music Soul Child, Kalani. Okay. When I walked away, I left footsteps in the mouth, and you can follow me. The holy water slips right through your fingers. You end up drowning. It was all good, but we wasn't good. Okay, it's all about convincing yourself that something was all good when it wasn't good. I had that I had hurt and pain too. So confront the repressed emotions. It's not about making you feel inadequate to the point where you want to quit on yourself. It's just a period of healing through introspection. Yes, you need to see the truth about yourself, a situation, and just walking away pretending as if you just made up your mind and you're done with it would be encouraging drama. It'll only be a matter of time before everything that you're avoiding manifests into the 3D reality. And it comes from avoiding the elephant in the room, avoiding processing the feelings, the period of introspection, the Four of Swords. You have to put something to rest. You have to forgive, heal this moment or something. Forgiving is for you. Forgiving is for you. I keep hearing that on repeat. Okay, this card wants to come out clearly. The Emperor, Alpha energy. This wild card is set to, what started off as your oppressor is going to be the person that helps you realize that you are the Omega. Okay, O positive. But you have to see it. You have to become O positive. Something about O positive. All right. You see how he's focusing on that? Like, take this time. Allow it to do to you what it's meant to do to you. Allow it to crack you open. Crack the earth open or something like that. During this time, they want you to focus on ways you could be escaping interconnection with others. How you secretly, it's like you secretly want to be lied to. The truth is, you secretly want to be lied to. When you already hold the answers to what it is that you want, and you say you don't want someone, or you say you don't want this thing, only because you've been disappointed in love. If you was never disappointed in love, you would want this thing. You would want this person, whatever it is. But because you've been disappointed in love, you're lying to yourself to convince yourself that you don't want it. And you're using that moment in time of what you didn't know then and how you won't let it happen to you again. And that hyper attunement and fixation is reincarnating the same experience. Because this is about the devil, which is your heart desires. Repressing your own heart's desires. Now, for many of you, this is about, even if it's not with that person, if that wild card person that you were involved with, all right, the emperor could have been someone you was in a relationship. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Or it stunts your growth in every relationship thereafter, making it virtually impossible to connect with another person. Because you don't desire the disappointment, and therefore every connection that you attract towards you, it'll be like waiting for the shoe to fall off, waiting for them to do the same thing, and constantly being disappointed, and then choosing to respond to the situation like, fuck it, I'm not meant to have love, or I'm never going to be in a relationship, I'm going to spend the rest of my life single by myself. It's stemming from the drama that you experienced, the discomfort that you experienced, but it taught you something. There was a gift in your pain. There was a gift in your turmoil. It wasn't rendering you something void. The wild card gave you something. Changed the color, changed the narrative. It did something. Every time you're playing Uno and you throw out a wild card, what happens? It changes the fucking game. This person helped you change the game. The fate that you were on. You wouldn't have been able to change the fate if you weren't broken down to this degree. 0 degrees, you hit rock bottom in a situation. And you're rising like the phoenix, but you can't take a lie with you. And right now the lie is the truth. The truth is, yes, you have a fear of repeating the same mistake, but you also desire to be lied to. Now, being lied to is wanting bliss. The idea that the next one should be this blissful fantasy is a lie, which means you want to be lied to because you want bliss. And anytime you're asking for this reality where you never have to experience nothing uncomfortable, is setting yourself up. And so it's like, well, to avoid all of this, I just won't love. Won't love ain't gonna help you avoid nothing. It's delaying the inevitable, because you're lying to yourself. Since you lying to yourself about that, you're attracting people that will lie and say just about anything. They'll say anything, they'll do just about anything. That whatever it is you want them to say. Just to get into that box. Just to get into your head, just to get into your world. It's like, I want to get into that head. I want to know what it takes to unblock you. Pandora's box. You turn yourself into like this spiritual Pandora box that's a challenge. Look at that, the Empress, a challenge. But then the truth of the matter is, you're only in that box because you're afraid. You're afraid that if someone gets into that box, they would have you walking on your hands or doing whatever they want you to do. And you would be just their puppet. It's like you don't have an identity. You're just, with the High Priestess energy, this is saying that you are a portal. You're an enigma. I think we talked about this before. It's like, you're an enigma. You are nothing. You're neither here, you're neither there, you're neither this, you're neither that. You're the whole fucking grid. You are the metaverse. It's anyone that gets you can have anything. You're like a genie in a bottle that doesn't want to come out. Huh. And you don't want anyone to wield that power irresponsibly. And I think you are, it's giving Maleficent energy as well, like the garden. You don't want anyone to wield that power that can't be trusted. Wow, look what came out. I said you're a genie, bro, and it came out just right here. Okay, let me see. Innate nature, supernatural creatures, invisible. I say you're nothing. Yes. Misfortune, possession, disease, bound by sorcerer. Okay. Yeah, because you feel like you would be bound by the person that is controlling you, and you would be forced to just manifest whatever that they want, but you have absolutely no control of what they're asking for. I cannot believe this card came out, y'all. And so you're petrified of someone getting their hands on you, knowing how supernatural you are. And they want to know how to unlock that code. And just sitting there lurking, waiting. Because you have the power to, all their misfortune, possessing you would heal them of disease, misfortune, negative bad karma, all these different things. Bonding with you wipes their slate clean. Damn. And so you don't trust yourself to collaborate with other people, because you've learned through your experience in a human body that people are greedy, and for their own desires, they would use you in this way, and you would never know. But it's like when you took on a body, it's like you wanted to be a part of a world that was bliss. It's like you wanted to be It's like wanting the American dream, or wanting the fantasy, or wanting a fairy tale. That's subscribing. That's wanting this bliss, and that would be you dumbing yourself down to be ignorant. You knowing that you're pretty much taking on a body, but you would do it all over again if you could have love. There's something about the desire to be chosen by someone, not for what you could do for them, but knowing that they would never hurt you, that you could put your guards down and trust them, and they would make their moral code would they would have enough self-control, self-restraint to not try to control you, not try to possess you, not trying to be the sorcerer over you. But that would be you desiring that, would be you pretty much wanting to believe a lie, because the emperor to the high priestess is saying that y'all are, there's an emperor with a genie. You understand? An emperor with a gen. Think about that. He has fleshly desires. He or she will have fleshly desires. And so you would have to separate. You would have to disconnect that link that you have. For some of you that are linked to a supernatural, or this is by blood, okay, or you are one, you would have to close that door. In order to be able to, you would have to disconnect and close that door in order for you to perform for the partner that you want to be with. Look at that. Mystical seal, religious belief, Star of David. No one takes command. This is like saying power, the desire for power. It's giving this energy of like you and me together, we could take over the world. Pinky in the brain. Mysterious sector, rules, birth, death, sex transformation, mysteries. Yep. So it's making me think of, was it King Solomon and Queen Sheba, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, secret society, behind the scenes, mystical powers. Astral travel. So you're being investigated. Shedem. To see if you are, like, if you're, well, naturally they consider a jinn a demon, but they use this demon to reincarnate. So it's saying that, so there's a secret society that uses they call it a demon, but it's a jinn, to reincarnate as like a spiritual energy, to reincarnate. Yeah. 9. So you are, it's like wanting like some type of confirmation of whether or not you are the person that like tears that system down, brings it to a head or something like that. And I think with Virgo energy, yeah, you kind of are. Mythbusters, cult busters. So there's like this mystical creature they demonize, and they use it like an energy source or energy battery to keep creating more reincarnated. Woke up in a I see high key. Come on, see. I get off. Interesting. So what does this mean for you during this time? Because the only thing that I see manifesting from this is a trap. But it's a self-deceptive trap. This is putting that genie back in the box. This is putting that Barbie back in the box. There's something about putting you back in the box. Your family couldn't do it. Other people couldn't do it. And so they're sending someone in. Okay. To Jupiter. Spiritual work. Yes, they're sending someone in with the ability to... with the spiritual ability to offer you bliss, which puts you back in your box. I think in the movie, yeah, because we have losing control, a situation. They're losing control, and so they have to put the genie back in the box. If that genie comes out the box, if that Barbie comes out the box, it changes it from a patriarchal system. That was kind of what Barbie was alluding to, the movie Barbie. They put her in bliss, and while she was in bliss in the box, and they had all these different rooms that they were doing to like split her consciousness up, making her nothing more than a ghost, okay, unrecognizable to herself. On the dimension of the 3D, everyone was it was a patriarchal system. And then one day she woke up and she was like, wait a minute, my feet are flat. You see what I'm saying? It's like she was walking on ground, because it took a wild card. Someone asked a question. That's a wild card. Someone just asking a question. You go about your everyday life, and then someone just asks a question, and it plants a thought, and it's like, what is death? And I think that's one of the questions that she asked herself, the death and transformation process. Or the wild card could have been someone incarnated, you love them, you spend years with them, and then they die all of a sudden, and then it just like snaps you out of it. Losing a parent, losing a child, losing a loved one, anything can snap you out of an illusion that you were in, but it's your awakening. Because in that moment, it's like, this bliss that I wanted so bad was a lie all along. And so when she went to go see the lady, she told her, she went to go see the crazy lady, crazy Barbie. What they call her, unique Barbie. Okay, come through, spirit. She went to ask her, what is it that she needed to do. And she gave her a choice. You can continue staying here in bliss, or you can go and get the truth for yourself, because the truth is something you have to discover on your own. You got to go within. So she gave her some shoes. That's the spiritual symbolism for. She gave her a choice, 2 options. And she decided she was going to go and figure out who needed her. And the crazy part about it is, the person that needed her was a part of her. Though she was, a young girl, it was an aspect of herself. Because ultimately, when you meet someone that is feeling just like you in the 3D, and so there's a shared connection that she had with this on every dimension. It's like, I could see myself in you. I've been there before. Empathy. It's interesting that, because I'm hearing imp. In order to really understand empathy, you had to have gone through things that made you into that started off with you being a demon yourself. And so it's a dissension. And this idea that you can avoid the descending process is an illusion, it's bliss. It's like, oh, just remain in heaven, never go to hell. You have to go to hell to find yourself. That's where the truth is. Where no one can use your energy, your mind, as a conduit for their own intentions. Oh, something about your own inheritance, sovereignty. Okay. So the only thing that manifests is from self-deceptive traps designed specifically for potential. People that are high risk takers. I'm about risk takers. Okay, so when you create this type of trap, you attract people that are risk takers, people that would dare to remove Excalibur stone, people that would dare to open Pandora's box. So you are virtually attracting daredevils, risk takers, people that would say, oh, I think I can get that. I think I can remove that sword from that stone. I think I can open that box. That's what comes from self-deceiving yourself, self-deception. Saying you don't want something, but your heart desires it, creates self-deceptive energy that attracts daredevils that would dare to open up something that's saying it doesn't want to be opened, which would be your mouth saying one thing and your actions doing another, a fragment, a split, a divide. That's diva energy. So they'll have to be willing to cross over your boundaries, and when you say no, they say yes, and when you say this, they say that. Opposites. But what's that word? Persistent. It's like you're attracting persistent energy towards you, and all you ever had to do was accept yourself. Be honest with yourself. And after everything I've seen, this leads me to believe that this is all stemming back to a moment in time when you were 100% vulnerable with someone that you thought was feeling you equally. You thought this person was feeling you equally. They trust you. You trusted them. You thought it was mutual. They thought the feelings was the same. And you can't figure out for the life of you how you didn't see this big ass red flag. And so this person not taking action and reciprocating their feelings left you perplexed, because it doesn't make sense in what you understand about energy, what you understand about whatever you know spiritually, whatever you don't know. But I don't know. So it's like this, you keep attracting aloof people, but it's all stemming back to this one aloof person that you feel was wasted potential of what you imagine you guys could have been. And I feel like you've been replicating this encounter in your mind over and over again, like replaying the tapes of where they deceived you. Yeah, so it's like the devil is giving you permission to see the whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you God. All right, and it's like you're replaying the tape, having this life review when you go to sleep. It's like you keep looking at it from all angles, because you want to know where they were deceiving you, so you never have to accept that again. But I feel like you were deceiving yourself the whole time. And so this connection has got you stuck questioning yourself, your own intuition. In this situation, with this encounter, with this person, it has got you questioning your own intuition. So what's going to happen? You're going to pull up files. You're going to replay the tapes. You're going to look at it from all angles. You're going to look on this encounter, and then you're going to try to travel all the way back to see how far back did you start this pattern. Was this your type your entire life? Was this something that was done to you? So you're trying to figure out where this familiar pattern came from. How can you can attract someone with this type of archetype? So it's like, until this review is complete, it's like until this review is complete, you won't really be able to trust another person properly, love another person, love another soul, because of this connection. It left you in some type of turmoil, like should you not trusting yourself. And this is like the worst thing to ever have, is not to be able to trust yourself, because you need to be able to trust yourself in order to connect with the God in you. All right, so it's safe to say, this is for those of you that's recovering from something that kept you feeling like a stranger to yourself. Something had you feeling like you were unrecognizable to yourself. Why do I act like this when I'm around this person? Why did I feel this way about this person? And why didn't I get the answers? So we have Uranus, Aquarius rising, doesn't care about rules, will switch, make over their appearance quickly, crave being individualistic, being themselves, unconventional, different, proud of their unorthodox methods, different on purpose, eccentric. So you're eccentric. Someone could be an Aries moon. All right, so if this is where we part, I'm going to leave it right here. But if this is where we part, I want to thank you guys for loving me, all right, and trusting me to channel these messages on our channel. But I'm going to go a little bit deeper, and we're going to jump over into the Stay Nested side of membership now. And there are some questions. Those of you that are truly ready to do the work, we're going to go inside this source code and reveal whatever's been embedded, whatever is causing this. And the link for that will be listed down below. I'll give early access to the members before it comes out. This way I could put the link at the bottom. Because there's still much work here to do, but I feel like I've done all that I can. I've said all that I can based off the energy that was revealed here. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.